Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and folks, to this first episode of November Sucks. Today we will be discussing movie recommendations. As we all know, November is tiring us all down into a depressive spiral of never-ending sadness. In order to lift our spirits, I have put together a movie list of wonderful, great classics that will hopefully brighten your spirit up a bit and get you through the day when you're waiting for the next episode of November Sucks. Now, without further ado, the first movie we will be discussing today is, of course, the classic Shrek the First. Now, Shrek is a movie loved by all. It is a very beautiful story about how anyone, despite their flaws or however they look like, can fall in love. Now, the successor to this very successful franchise was, of course, Shrek the Second, with its story about how once you're too late, bro, and how you can get your life together and find a princess despite someone else going for her. And of course, anyone can have children. Is that even in that movie? Now, after this wonderfully made classical successor to Shrek, the third adaptation was witfully called Shrek the Third. Now, in this story, it is all about regaining the strength that you once had and knowing your limits, about when you have to stop and when you have to go. And sometimes you have to go even though you don't want to. And now, of course, after that was a huge mistake. These three movies really show us what life is all about and that anyone can anytime find their true love or their true meaning in life. No matter your size, no matter if you're an animal, a person, no matter if you are white or green. Now, do these movies have flaws? Of course, one might say. There are minor issues, like how the only brown person in the whole movie is, of course, a gingerbread boy, and its ginormous brother, who is later on killed in the third movie. Spoiler alert to everybody else, and rest in peace, my giant friend. And now, after this wonderful story about how anyone can achieve anything, let's go to a different movie. Of course, I am talking about Legally Blonde, that shows us that anyone can achieve anything as long as they are a blonde rich girl living in America. And of course, its successor, Legally Blonde 2, where she's fighting against animal cruelty for her gay dog and planning a wedding. Classics. Our third movie recommendation, of course, is going to be the classical series of Cars. Now, Cars is the beautiful story of a young sports car named McQueen, who is driving in a race and, of course, is put into the city, or rather, small village called Radiator Springs, and meets friendship and what it really means to be successful, having friends. And, of course, its wonderful and beautiful successor, Cars 2, where, of course, our dear friend Mater goes on an everlasting trip around the world and becomes a super agent with a really hot girlfriend, and all that just because he's an American southerner. And, of course, the beautifully made successor that just came out this year, Cars 3, where, of course, and I am warning, it's a spoiler, where, of course, the yellow car gets to be the new race car after McQueen. So after this beautifully crafted trilogy, where the second movie is the best movie of all three, shut up if you are thinking differently. I am not going to be discussing this. The second movie rocks. I watched it today. It has brightened my mood up. If you're feeling sad, watch it. It is literally the best movie ever made. And now, of course, the next recommendation being the all-time classic and fan favorite, Megamind. Now, this story is one really close to my own heart, since I have watched it about 17 times in this year alone, and it has never let me down on a sad day. And now, of course, for the finale of our movie recommendation list from Dragana, yours truly. It is, nonetheless, Kung Fu Panda 1 until 3, and the series. I didn't have enough paper to draw all that. It is, of course, the story about a young fat panda who, despite everyone not believing in him, is the true hero of every single story. And I am not kidding when I am saying that this movie is literally my life. This, of course, ends our series of movie recommendations from Dragana. I am your host, Dragana, and I hope you have a beautiful second day of November Sucks, November the 4th. Goodbye.